Hello, my fellow weirdos. Yeah, I was hoping I'd have a. I was hoping my brain would give a reprieve this weekend because it's glorious outside. I'm gonna make one more here, and then I ain't touching you till the afternoon. I was just listening to someone in politics with a sense of and a brain that did time in military a lot, and actually over in Greenland several times and such. He brought up a point that I haven't been really willing to linger on too much because of this, because it upsets me. I'm gonna wind up being known as that old lady with weird hair that's always crying about shit. um, that's called emotions, by the way. Um, I think of all the people in the countries, and I watch channels on YouTube on the genre of people in different countries learning about other countries, basically. And quite a few of them deal with specifically either American movies or American food or that kind of thing. It's something that it's always their admiration, like European reacts, I think it is. Andre, he in Portugal, he just loves America and Americans, and they're planning on visiting finally this year. You know what it's like for me to hope he sees a comment that says, "We'd love for you to come see it, but don't come until things are different." I mean, there's a family on YouTube, your NZ family, your New Zealand family. They're currently in, I think it's their second trip, and I mean, I started watching them when they'd never been. It's a mother and a father and two kids. And over the years, before this last few months, over the years, how they just love watching the videos of information about America and the different states, and watching people from other countries cry as they listen. That video where they listen to the Star Spangled Banner, and it tells the story of how it got written and what was happening. And when we say we don't have the respect of England, we don't have the respect of this or that, a lot of people tend to think of it as the government, let's say Sweden disapproves of you. You think of the government in general. But when you think on the individual and all those individual people that used to admire America for their different reasons, and the shock of them to watch us dissolve in front of them, their eyes, and how disillusioned and how they must be feeling. That upsets me, because those people spent years putting faith in America and Americans, knowing that We've been there before. They've been there for us before. Never thinking that was going to change. Having pacts saying that'll never change. And in the span of just 2 months, we have been put on watch lists for human rights violations. We're disgusted and despised by other countries. I was always, as an American, ready to stand up for anybody in other countries being oppressed. And it never entered my mind that people in other countries would be praying for Americans' safety in their own fucking country. And to have to watch this debacle happen in front of you must be pretty unnerving to people in other countries, especially the younger people. I mean, I'm not saying America is special, but we had something that was pretty much working pretty good. We were really trying to encompass as many as that wanted to be happy and live in a shared experience. And to be in the country that people are wondering about if they're going to make it is just something that's really, really hard to, because they're feeling so much unsurety. And I know people are like, well, you should be concerned about your own shit. Well, I am, but I'm also, you can be concerned for yourself and also think about others. Not doing that is kind of how we got where we are, isn't it? The people that don't do that were allowed in power. So not doing it anymore is not the answer. We need more people feeling this way, not less. Because when enough people feel this way, they start doing something about it because they realize they're not alone. A lot of people don't want to speak up if they're going to be speaking up with just one other voice or something. They don't want to be the only one doing it. I'm at the point in my life, the age and the point that I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care. I have a solid belief in something, and God, the Republicans, Marjorie sure makes her opinions freaking known to everybody, tells non-American reporters that they don't worth anything, get out of her face, don't bother, I'm not going to talk to you. I mean, that's, somebody like that is loud and proud. Why the fuck can't you, who knows that's uncivil behavior and knows Ben to do shit like that and treat people like that, she's in Congress, and the rest of us who know that's not the way to act are not. It's time to speak loud and proud. She speaks loud and proud in her ignorance, in her raging fucking ignorance. She is proud to spew her ignorant, nonsensical bullshit lies and outbursts in faux outrageous, indignation, as if claiming to be a Christian gives her any kind of special anything. If she can speak her ignorance and falsities loud and proud, you sure the hell can speak the facts loud and proud too. Time is now, folks. Now. I'll shut up with these when you all start getting your asses out there on a regular basis protesting. You take even weekends, I'll take the odd weekends. I mean, work something out. Do it once a month, and the other weeks, do a reel, do a short. Remember, guys, do something. People like me wouldn't have to keep babbling in your ear if you start doing it. So here's my challenge to you. You don't like to hear my ranty videos about, if you don't go out and start speaking up, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna keep making obnoxious videos. Okay, who am I kidding? I'm gonna make obnoxious videos, but they won't be political. Okay? I will absolutely prefer to show you my latest art project. Yeah, I would. I would love to show you any of this stuff within arm's reach of what I've been doing, but no, because that's not as important right now as telling you that if you're in Wisconsin, Supreme Court is in the middle of early voting right now. Susan Crawford. If you're in New Jersey, this fall, this autumn, we have governor race. We need to keep a Democrat in there. You know why? Because like they had their eye during the presidential election on Pennsylvania, they've got their eye on Jersey. So get out there. I want to start seeing more reels. And TikTok, I don't see them on TikTok because I don't go on TikTok. I only see what other people show. Get your shit out on YouTube. Put out your 1 to 3 minute video in long form, vertical form on your phone. Do that. Something. I want to hear from you. Because if I don't start seeing more little videos of people speaking out, more graphic things, little things saying, do this or vote for this I'm just going to keep on telling you. Wisconsin, Susan Crawford for Supreme Court. Because that's happening now. Also this year, 2 Florida seats. Florida residents, start bluing yourselves up because y'all got 2 seats to fill. You're going to give it to your buddy Santis, his buddies, or are you going to try to flip them? I know quite a few people who would really like you to flip them. People that live there really want you to flip them. I won't make as many of these, repeating the same things in different ways, if I start seeing the rest of you speaking out loudly too. That's My challenge to the rest of you. Hey MAGA, why don't you make some? If you still think what he's doing is great, we want to see some videos of yours. Why? So it's good that Florida wants to make 14-year-olds be able to work an overnight shift on a school day. You think that's a good idea? You think lowering the marriage rate on girls in some of them southern states down to 12 or 14 is a good idea? They're going back to, if she's old enough to bleed, she's old enough to breed. That's disgusting. If the person cannot drive a car, legally drive a car, or legally own a vehicle license, or vote, then you shouldn't be marrying. The girl is not able to make her own choices because she's a minor under her parents. So if her parents don't want to provide for her anymore, they can just have her married off to some 40-year-old guy. Tell me about how you think that's okay, Republicans. I want to see your videos too. It's interesting. All your arrogant and haughty and Trump and your daddy's gonna come home and daddy's home videos, those have all gotten very scarce lately. Why is that? How come you're not speaking up? What's your take on on Signalgate? You Republicans have sure gotten quiet, unless you're just speaking about something in general. You don't pick the little things anymore, do you? Because you don't have a leg to stand on. You know what he's doing is absolutely fucking wrong. And a lot of you are getting... Oh, and why? Oh, by the way, some of you might be asking, why does Florida want to do that to kids? Because they chased the migrants off. All the immigrants, they chased them all off. And now there's nobody to do their jobs. Jobs that are needed to be done. Yeah, for the rest of the state to function. Aw, poor Florida. Maybe you shouldn't have been so fucking inhumane, huh? To people that weren't white, huh? Do you think your white 14-year-olds are going to be clamoring for those jobs? No. Not when they can work at a fast food place and get out at 10.